Today, we're going to tear into the chilling ghost story of Bhoot Bangla, which, translates to ghost mansion. We're going to break down the anatomy of this terrifying tale to really understand what makes it a perfect, absolutely inescapable time trap.
Right from the get-go, the story hits you with this ominous verse. It's more than just a spooky warning, It's the rule book. The house itself is a player in its own twisted game, and as we're about to find out, the house always wins.
All right, so let's meet our players, shall we? First up is Maya, a really ambitious documentary filmmaker who's just dying for that one big story. Then we've got her sister, Reva, who's way more cautious and, well, a lot more in tune with things we can't see. And rounding out the crew is Samir, the cameraman, who's clearly a bit hesitant about the whole thing. And their destination? The infamous Rakht Mahal, the Blood Palace.
And boom, right there, you see the central conflict laid out perfectly. You've got these two totally opposite forces crashing into each other. Maya's all logic and ambition. She's seeing a national award at the end of this, but Reva's intuition is screaming at her. She senses something else, a whisper in the air. And that, right there, is our first big clue that things are about to go very, very wrong. So picture this. They step into this huge, wrecked grand hall. There's shattered glass from a broken chandelier all over the floor, and then a shadow just kind of detaches itself from the darkness. It's an old caretaker. They call her Dottie, or grandmother, and she's the first and only official welcome they're gonna get.
Okay, so Dottie's warning, it's a total horror movie classic, right? But the way she says it, it's just so final. She's not giving them advice, she's just stating a fact. The house is in charge now. And, naturally, in true horror movie fashion, that warning about the room upstairs, they pretty much just ignore it.
So of course, they brush off the old caretaker's warning, set up their gear, and that's when the house, well, it gets to work. And this isn't your average haunting. This is a systematic psychological attack. The thing they're up against isn't just some ghost, it's the building itself. And it starts by completely messing with their idea of reality.
And you can just feel the tension ratchet up. It starts small, a sudden sharp drop in temperature. Then it gets visual. They find this creepy family portrait where the kids' faces are all scratched out, but the mother's eyes, they look way too real and they seem to follow you. And finally, it gets physical. A weird black tar-like goo starts seeping out from under that forbidden red door, and they can hear nails scratching on stone from inside the room. This is it. The panic button has been slammed. They've seen enough, and they make a run for the main entrance, the very same one they walked through just a few hours ago, except now, it's sealed shut. It won't move an inch. The house has officially locked them in. Attempt number 1 to escape? A total failure.
The desperation is just palpable now. They race to the kitchen, hoping, praying for a back door. No luck. So Samir grabs a heavy iron pot and just hurls it at a window. But instead of shattering, the pot just clangs against the glass and drops to the floor. Not a single crack. It's physically impossible. Yeah, they're trapped, for real.
And just when you think, okay, it can't get any creepier than this, a sound echoes from a dark pantry. It's not Daddy. It's the giggle of a small child, and it's followed by this absolutely horrifying invitation. The game is on, and the rules are terrifyingly simple. Get caught, and you belong to the house. Forever.
So, they're running from this creepy kid's laughter, they scramble back into the main hall, and bam! Reva trips over a loose floorboard. But it wasn't just a loose board, it was hiding a trap door, and there's a faint light coming from below. So, is this the way out, or are they about to walk even deeper into the trap? So they have a choice, right? Deal with the horrors they know are upstairs, or risk whatever's waiting for them down below. This one decision is what leads them straight to the heart of the mansion's curse, and to the real secret of Rakht Mahal.
Turns out, this basement, it's not just a cellar. It's a shrine. The shelves are packed with hundreds of tiny clay dolls, and each one has a name and a year etched into it, like little tombstones. But right in the middle of the room are 3 fresh, unfinished dolls. And the most chilling part? They're decorated with scraps of cloth from Maya's jacket, Reva's scarf, and Samir's shirt. Their fate was already being crafted.
But then they find the real nail in the coffin. A register, like a ledger, for all the victims. And on the very last page, there are their names. But it's what's written next to them that's so horrifying. It's not just what the house is going to take from them. Maya's voice, Samir's sight, Reva's soul. It's the date of entry,
A date that's still in the future. They're not just trapped in a house, they're trapped in time. So let's just pause for a second and talk about what this actually means. What is a time trap? Well, it's a place that plays by its own rules of time. It's a closed loop where the past, present, and future all exist at once. The victims aren't just killed, their entire existence gets absorbed by the place. In this story, the house isn't just haunted by a ghost, the house is the ghost.
Okay, so now they get it. They understand the kind of prison they're in, and the real, true panic finally kicks in. The house starts to actively mess with them, bending reality itself to make sure there is no way out. The end of this story isn't some big, final fight. It's just this slow, terrifying process of being completely erased.
So they make a mad dash for the front door again, and this time it swings right open. But as they burst through, they're not outside. They're right back at the bottom of the main staircase. They try again and again and again, but every single path just leads them right back to where they started. It's like they're on a treadmill to nowhere. And as they're just standing there, completely broken, Samir looks down at his hands, but he can't see them. He holds up his arms to Maya, and she just watches in absolute horror as his hands, then his arms, then his entire body just fades away into nothing. He doesn't die. He's just erased.
So now it's just Maya. But surviving in this place, that's not winning. It's actually the worst possible punishment. The end of the story reveals the true horror of the time trap. It's built to keep itself going. The cycle has to continue, and for that to happen, it needs a new gatekeeper.
And this is where Maya's story takes its most tragic turn. As the only one left, the house, it changes her. Time just fast forwards around her. Her skin wrinkles, her eyes get cloudy, and she becomes the new Dottie. Her ambition to capture a story ended with her being captured by the story, forced to play this part forever.
Flash forward, who knows how long, a new car pulls up to that rusty gate. It's a new crew of young, ambitious filmmakers, all decked out with the latest gear, ready to make the next viral hit. And who's waiting for them at the door? An aged Maya. And she says the exact same words that were said to her, her voice completely empty as she welcomes them into the trap.
But as this new crew heads for the door, we get one last chilling picture. In the distance, you can see three shadows standing under a huge banyan tree. It's Maya, Riva, and Samir. Their spirits are now a permanent part of the property, bound forever to just watch the cycle that they're now a part of repeat itself over and over again.
Which really leaves us with just one final, pretty unsettling question. The story of Bhoot Bangla isn't just about some haunted house. It's about how tempting the unknown can be, and the price we're willing to pay for our ambitions. It makes you think about that line between being brave and just being foolish. So, if this house called out to you, promising a story that nobody else could get, would you dare open that gate?